Good evening, dear students. Welcome to the SBI PO interview. Make counts. We are with SHATARUPA SATPATHY, rank 88 in State Bank of India PO 2020 to 23. We discuss the nitty-gritty of State Bank of India PO. What is the role of psychometric test, GD, GE, and interview? All the tidbits we'll discuss with SHATARUPA SATPATHY, who scored 48 out of 50 in the interview. So, SHATARUPA, welcome to the live sessions.
Thank you, sir. First of all, good evening, and good evening everyone who's watching the show.
Okay.
मैं स्टार्ट करेगा सर जहाँ मुझे क्वेश्चन पुट ऑन जो भी आप मुझे क्वेश्चन पुट ऑन करेंगे आई आंसर दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू
Okay.
दैट.
Okay. Shatrupa, you scored 48 in the interview. Let's start with the psychometric test. It's a newly introduced previously in the State Bank of India. Previously, only Reserve Bank of India conducted the psychometric, and after that, the State Bank of India conducted the psychometric. So people are little bit of not aware about what is psychometric is going on, how the decisions by the board affect the interview panels. So, Satrupa, what is the psychometric? Why the interview panel or the State Bank of India conducting the psychometric test?
So basically, as much as I have understood, the psychometric test is for testing our emotional intelligence. They have
Okay.
tested our intelligence quotient from the exam, from the mains examination or from the pre-examination. But now the psychometric test they are conducting is to test our emotional intelligence. How much as a banker will be able to handle the situation in bank,
Okay.
and what
Oh,
are we as a person, how much we will thrive in a job. Mostly we get to listen like people cannot handle the pressure of an SBI, being an officer in SBI. Mostly people keep sending me news even after joining SBI that this person has taken a leave from SBI just because he cannot handle the pressure, he is just getting suicidal or something like that. That kind of atmosphere is just defaming SBI. So we
okay.
need that mindset to be in their position to. They also need an officer who can handle those things mentally.
Right, right, right,
And
right.
just preparing for an examination doesn't make a person be in a situation where because we are preparing for maths and English and reasoning, that doesn't mean that we can handle the real life pressure.
Right, 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 right. Satrapa, nowadays, as the scenario is changing globally, so automatically the pressure is more, and we have to handle the situation carefully, emotionally
Yes,
as
sir.
well as professionally. And that is the major
Yes,
reason
sir.
of they are conducting the psychometric test. And everybody is ready to join the banking sector or the civil servant, but they don't know how much pressure is there and how to handle it. And this is the main objective of any exam who are conducting the psychometric test. So, Satrapa,
Yes.
in psychometric test, what actually the number of questions, how much time is given for the psychometric, and what are the type of question normally put in the psychometric test, in particularly in
Yes.
SBI.
Yes, sir. Particularly in SBI, as the psychometric started from our batch only, we did not know when we sat for the examination, we did not know what was going to happen.
Okay.
So we went, just the trick is be yourself, answer as much as you can and as much as you're true to yourself. Sometimes there were four sections, section
Mhm.
A, B, C, D, and total questions were 199. Some
Mhm.
questions were like based on belief, like as a person, what things, what belief I keep in myself, what kind
Okay.
of belief. Some were
Okay.
luck versus hard work question, like do I believe in luck? Do I believe in hard work? And doesn't mean that I always need to be practical and believe in hard work, or I
Mhm.
always need to be impractical or believe in luck. I
Okay.
can this that actually there they see the decision making where you need to believe in luck. In bank, like after I've joined bank, I have come to know that how much psychometric role played a decision, their role in making a decision that they want to take us and into the SBI or not. So
Okay.
I haven't got the opportunity yet to make a decision, but I observe the branch managers how they decide after getting staying in two branches. I observe how they take the decision based on who to give a loan, who not to, who where to sanction, actually where not to. Like
Okay.
lot of people will apply, but we can't say that we have to sanction everybody or we can't sanction anybody. We have to take the decision who to give it, who to not.
Okay.
And
Okay.
sometimes the people like the branch managers, they know that it is going to be an NPA.
Okay.
Sometimes they know it is going to be, but they have to do it at some
Okay.
luck. There they believe in luck. Like
Okay.
they, yes. So
Oh.
somewhere luck versus hard work, and somewhere like they have repeated the questions in section A, in section C. Again, they have repeated the question just by turning few words. So we can't be like we can't say that we have answered something in section A. There were five options like agree, strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree, or can't say or neutral. So there we can't say that some in the same question in section A, I have answered agree, and in the similar question in section D, I have answered disagree. So I cannot do that. We have to be aware here. I'm not saying that don't be true to yourself or something like that, but do that. If you have given some, just be aware that how many questions you have come across and what kind of questions you have come across. Just be attentive and go. When you go to the similar question, answer the similar way. Even if you have done a mistake in section A, you have not answered being true to yourself. Do the same in section D.
Okay,
Don't go
okay.
like here I have answered wrong or here I have answered like in our batch also someone did the same mistake, like they answered in section A something and they answered in section D something, and they he or she was put a question regarding that in the interview because they
Right,
were holding the sheets.
right,
So
right, right.
there even if you say in the interview being true to yourself, but they have already seen that you are not in a proper decision, then you're not in a current right mental state then.
Okay, okay. So,
And every yes sir, in
okay.
bank you have to be in a good mental state. That's it.
Right, right, right. Satrabha, whatever you told, that is correct. Obviously, we are maintaining a bipolar disorder. Means we are giving one answer to the one question in the next case situation. We are just changing our answers. That means we are not true to ourselves. To become a good officer, whether in the bank or in the civil servant, you should be true to yourself. Then you can be tactfully handle the situation, whatever you told that technically that we have to give the loan or we do not have to give the loan depend upon the decision you are taking and the position you are holding. Satrupa, next, do you feel really the psychometric test affect the GD and PI?
It does, sir. I won't say GD because GD will depend on there what you have, the how much content you have to say. Because when I went for GD, I prepared in mind that I'm not going to start the GD. I will just enter in between and do it. I just wanted that because you already said that I speak too much, so I did not. I decided I am not going to go and start the GD. But there actually again the decision making comes that when I entered the GD hall, nobody started. When our
Okay,
GD started, nobody started the GD. So I took the initiative to start the GD. So there I
okay,
had to make a decision apart from what I had decided before I entered the GD hall. So it does
okay.
play a role. It does play a role, and also I am not saying that don't be nervous. I was little bit nervous when I entered the GD hall. I just lifted the chair, and where I was going to sit, and the table attached to the chair, and the copy and the pen that was kept on the table, the notepad and the pen that fell down. I just gracefully went down and picked up the pen and the copy. The interviewers, the invigilators, they noticed it, but they just looked at me and smiled because I did not panic in the situation that I lifted the chair or I lifted the table and the pen and the copy fell down. I just gracefully sat down, picked it up, and kept it in its place.
Right, right, right. That is the right one. Don't be so panic in the tough situation. Automatically, you are the newcomer in the State Bank of India, and the pressure is high. Particularly in the State Bank of India, GD, the pressure is high. The mental pressure is high. So we have to be cool-headed and maintain the situation as calm as possible. So Satrupa, then go to the GD. According to you, which type of topics normally put in the State Bank of India
I'm sorry,
POGD?
sir.
Because you, hello, hello,
Yes, sir. I can listen.
okay.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Shatrupa, in State Bank of India, GD, you have a great experience. What type of questions normally given as a group discussion topic in the State Bank of India, and what are the formalities you must maintain in the State Bank of India GD? Because MBA GD is different, State Bank of India GD is different. So there is a panic
Yes,
between
sir.
the peoples. They are following the YouTube, they are following the Facebook. They gone in a wrong way. What I feel. That's why I put this question to you.
Yes, sir. So in GD, mostly in all the batches, as much as I heard, it was related to banking and according to the new technology in the banking sector. So it was
Right.
mostly based on computer and IT related to banking sector
Right.
topics. But
Right.
in my GD and the GD group that was just after me, it was in the GD group that was just after me had a political topic. So there also they did judge that when it comes about a political issue comes up, most people get aggressive about it. Most people get aggressive to keep their point, and that's why the next group lost much mark. All the members lost marks because of
Oh,
that one or two aggressive persons they had in
okay.
the group, and nobody tried to stop them. So
Okay.
there also comes an attitude where if in your group someone is shouting or someone is getting aggressive, just go
Mm,
and try to cool him or her down.
mhm.
That's also a quality of a leader in a team where the person gets aggressive, you have the quality to cool him or her down.
Okay.
So
Okay.
then in my group, there was a difficult topic about thermal power plants. So nobody
Right.
expected that topic in State Bank GD. So actually, that's why in the group, nobody started the topic because
Okay.
nobody knew how to start and what to start. But
Okay.
that's how, if you keep general knowledge, like I read about net zero 2070. So that's how I started the topic. And there
Right.
I took the point that I started the GD about a difficult topic.
Mhm. Right.
So,
Right. Right.
there,
Whatever. Shatrupa, continue.
yes, yes, sir. Then I started the GD about a difficult topic, and then and after you have taught me all that, I always till now I say today I was telling my sister that if sir did not tell me that you have to sit like this, you have to talk like this, that interview room imagination if I did not have in my mind, and that story if that did not play before I entered the interview room or I entered the GD room, how to sit, like people were not doing that. People were not sitting perfectly in the GD room. All people were yawning. People were sitting like people were how what to say, like they were playing with their legs or playing with their copies or pens. Like that shows how unprofessional you are.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
you have to behave professionally in a GD room or in an interview room. So that was completely automated in my mind after the practice you gave us, actually. So I always say that I did not decide. That just happened that I came to you for for that training, and I literally am really grateful to God and grateful to you, sir, for I am here where I am today.
Okay. 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 So Shatrupa, next go to the G. Go to
Yes.
the G. G is a new concept. It is normally either conducted in the Command Defense Services or the NDA interview, and it is now introduced in the State Bank of India. According to the GE, what is the concept of GE and what type of things you must do in the GE and you do not do in the GE?
Again, in GE, there comes decision making. Like there are eight options, eight things related. For my GE was related to women empowerment. I always said, ma'am had always asked me questions related to women empowerment, and women empowerment never left my side. And
Right.
always there was something about women empowerment, maybe be it in the interview or be it in the GE or somewhere. So there was there was my topic was women empowerment in GE, and there we had to arrange if marriage was important in how women held that thought in mind, that how they could manage their families, their children, their job and everything like that. Does that empower women in a way that women empowerment doesn't only mean I have been studying well or I have scored well, I have just entered an just cleared an exam and entered a job, and now I'm not going to neglect my family, or I do not want that. There also there comes the role. There also State Bank has assessed people that if you are not going to blame State Bank for not managing your family or something like that when
Oh,
you go ahead in career. So
right.
there we had options like how women think, how the what is the thought process of we as women and the male that were sitting, how they are going to see women through what lens, what observations they have to do. So that was also a mindset test, emotional intelligence, and where 8 options were given, and we had to arrange. Like I won't say that I was in a mind that we all have to agree to a common point, but most of us did not agree to a common point.
Right.
One of my group mates did a mistake, like at the end, like we have to say that okay, all of us are satisfied with it. We do not come to a common point in all through the G, but at the end we have to go through it and have to agree, because we have to end it. That's how a good team works. We can't keep stretching the G. And so somewhere some people agreed with somebody, some people agreed with did not agree. But at last one of my teammates did a mistake, that she said when the because she was aggressively participating in the G, and all of us were calm, all of us, only she was aggressively participating in the G. And at last the invigilator asked her, are you satisfied? She said, no, I'm not. So
Okay.
there was just a look of disappointment in the face of the invigilator. So I would say there we work as a team. So that's why we have to say that at some point, okay, you agree with this thing, I agree with this thing. I do not agree. It's okay. Some people agree, so we can go forward with it.
Yeah,
Majority
right.
of the people agree, so we can go forward with it. That's how I was taught when we were practicing for GE. But
Okay.
some people I saw, they were not that professional in that sense.
Right, right, right. Whatever Satarpa told us, it is an important point because in GD or GE, we work as a team. Whether we are right or wrong, that is the different. It depends upon the person who is judging us. But we have to carry on the GD forward and do not be so aggressive or do not be so adamant on a particular point and do not put your point on somebody forcefully. And that is the most negative part of any GD and GE. Now go to the Satrapa. Suppose you are going to the interview and you score 30 out of 30 in the interview, and that is the one of the best USP you have. Right, you have the mastery over English, you have the knowledge over the current affairs, but still, Satropa, in State Bank of India, you gave also the IBPS PO interview, and you got selected in the perhaps in the central bank, but
Bank of
according
India, sir.
Bank of India. So according to me, the IBPS interview is different and the State Bank of PO interview is different. So how you rated the State Bank of India PO and those people who are preparing for the State Bank of PO this year interview, which sector they will focus regularly so that they can score good marks in the interview as well as in the GD and GE?
So I want to focus on something, because I had prepared a lot of banking awareness and a lot of current affairs. But most of the questions were put on how I will handle situation-based questions were put on how I will handle such situation, or how my background of engineering, mostly because POs, most of them are engineers. So
Okay.
most of so how my background is going to help me in the bank. So mostly I had answered when I was put a question that I am an engineer, and how my subject knowledge is going to help me in bank, or how
Right.
the if when I answered that I will be able to assess, like now I'm posted in SME branch, where business proposals are submitted, and loans, people take loans for new business or new startup. So there, I said that if there will be a company based on, like, for example, a biscuit factory, I will be able to assess if that project is viable, if that the time the person has given for the machinery or something like that to install. So I can assess the time if that is correct or not. But then they again said that, then what did you do for the last 4 years? Like I passed out in 2021. So they said, what did you do for the last 4 years? You wasted those 4 years. I said, no, I did not waste those 4 years. I had entered a professional course, and I have been taught how to handle professionally. It was not just my subject that was taught to me. It was about life that was taught to me, that I will handle, so how I will handle some things in which mostly we learn in engineering is how to handle pressure, like last
Okay.
night preparations and all things. We handle that thing. So I confidently answered. Most people, they get stuck. Why do we do not have to get stuck in the interview. We can
Right.
answer anything. They do not expect right answer from us. They just expect whatever we are saying it confidently.
Right, right. Confidence matters in interview, particularly confidence matters. A little bit of skillfulness is also matters. Satrapa, next go to the normally when somebody is going for the interview, particularly in the banking sector, they're majorly focusing on the banking awareness. They're worried about the RBI functioning, NABARD functioning, monetary policy. According to you, face both the interview, the IBPS PO as well as the State Bank of India PO, and in the both occasion you are successful. According to you, really, the banking awareness, you should be panic so much.
No, we do not need to be panic for the banking awareness. I would say I was preparing for banking examination, and it's not that you don't know anything. I know there were four governors in RBI, and this was a
Right,
simple question put forward to me. There were four governors in RBI, and I
right,
answered three, and I forgot one name. So they
right,
did
right,
not take it seriously. They did not take
right,
it
right.
seriously that I could not answer. I just said I cannot remember the name right now.
Okay,
That's it.
okay. Okay, okay. So, Satru, whatever the Satrupa told, that is the truth prevails in the market. You have to speak the truth, and the interview board normally accept that. Okay, three persons' name already told. If somebody did not remember one name, it does not matter or hampers in the interview. So, go to the Satrupa next one. You are on BTech graduates. All right, you did your BTech from one of the prestigious institutions of Orissa, but after that you joined the banking sector. There is a particular problem. Some people are worried about their engineering background or the chemistry background or the physics background. They expected the question from this section, and they're always worried and running away from these questions. Really, in banking, particularly subject matters or simple question they are put to you.
They put forward simple questions, nothing like they have even asked me questions from my subject, but very simple question. Like ma'am had already prepared me for. I was not prepared mentally prepared for a engineering question, but basic questions like LVDT and all they ask it, but they do not expect the right answer. They
Right, right,
also know that you do not remember every basic definition or everything. You just
okay,
know basic things like people who are from electrical background or physics background. You just know basic things. You do not need to explain it in a way like you are teaching somebody or they need to understand it. It's not like you just try and be confident. Do not
right,
panic if you do not know something. If you do not
right.
know, say, Sir, I do not remember. Every
Okay,
human being doesn't remember everything that happens around or everything that you are studying.
okay. Now go to the Satapa next one. Some people are worried about their career gap. I have the 2 years gap, I have the 3 years gap, I have the 4 year gap. They're not focusing on the interview, they're not focusing on the GD and GE, they're focusing on there is a career gap and the career gap as well as there is a decline in my career from the 10th plus 2 and graduation. Really it matters in the interview or it's a myth in the market?
It's a myth. It doesn't matter at all. If you're scoring low, you have cleared SBI PO. That's the biggest thing. You have cleared the mains examination. That's the biggest thing. Just be confident about it. If you're sitting in the interview, you have cleared the mains examination, and that's the biggest thing. What you have done in the past, you can say that I have learned from the things. That's why I have cleared this exam. You
Okay,
just be confident about it. And about career gap, there are problems in everyone's life. Like
right,
I had a gap in from 12th, after 12th, and when I joined engineering I had a gap of 1 year and I had various health issues. But when I
okay,
sit in the interview, I'm not going to blame the background problems, and I'm not going to blame the environment I was in. I would
right,
just say I had some personal issues, and now I have come forward after sorting those. I had some
right,
health issues. I have come forward after sorting those things.
okay,
That's why I'm
okay.
sitting in front of you. That's the confidence you need to have when you're sitting in an interview.
Okay, that is the right answer and the perfect answer. So those people who are watching the show, they don't know how to give the answer, and these are the technical answers. So don't panic about this because the government of India or the State Bank of India giving you the opportunity to appear the State Bank of India PO from the 20 years to 30 years. So do not panic about how much career gap and how old you are. Just face the interview confidently so that you can crack the interview. Now, Satrupa, come to another part as the peoples are ready, and this year the time is very less because the result is declared somewhere around in the 10th and the interview will be in the 21st, and in the 19th there is the psychometric test. In the last moment, what are the things normally a people can focus so that he can score good marks in the GD, GE and the interview? What are your winning factor or winning punchline to the students?
One thing in psychometrics, only one thing you have to remember is just read the questions carefully, answer similar with similar questions. Do not
Right.
go beyond, and remember it, because you'll be put forward those questions in the interview. Maybe some people are put forward questions,
Okay.
some people are not, but you have to be ready for it. So do
Okay.
not try to skip any question, or just be casual in the psychometric. Let's next it, you will finish it in like 200 question. I have finished in half an hour or so, and I tried sleeping in the hall, and someone said that no ma'am, you can't sleep in the exam hall. So okay, so that's the thing, that something, it's easy. You just have to be yourself. When you panic about something, you will do mistakes. So
Okay.
just be attentive about the
Yeah.
questions. And for interview, I would say confidence is the key. Only confidence would help you. Like I would say, in IBPS, I wasn't confident enough during IBPS for interview, because I had not practiced enough, and I had no idea about such things like what attire I have to go with. I just blindly followed YouTube videos, like most of the people are doing. Like, you have to wear this, you have to walk. Nobody in the YouTube. I have also gone through all the videos, and also mock interview of various other institutions online. And I do not think that the edge I got in SBIPO interview because of Quest, I would have got it anywhere else.
Okay.
So
Thank you. Dear.
I have also, I haven't scored go well in IBPS PO interview. I just got through because of the mains marks. I had scored well in mains. That's why I got through. And in IBPS PO interview, I got average marks. And it's not that they put forward difficult question, but the way I sat, the way I entered the room, like I was told, you do not have to close the door, but I did it because they wanted to test me, that if in nervousness I am closing the door. But I had no idea about such things. So
Okay.
I did not even care about those things. So I
Okay.
went and I sat with one hand above the other, and that's not professional. I was just I answered every question nicely, but still they gave me average marks.
Okay.
So that's how I did not behave in a way they wanted, and I got nervous when they, now in SBIPO, how much I practiced in the mock test that sir and madam had done, and the panel mock test and everything was automated in my mind, and they were just putting forward question. It was easy. It was so easy for me. I can't express how easy it was for me to just sit in the SBIPO interview, because I was
Okay.
confident I had practiced enough.
Okay. So, Satarupa, whatever told, that is the practice makes a man perfect. So normally we have to practice more. Automatically, you will get score mark and confidence level already inbuilt with us, and automatically the panel will be impressed by your behavior, because the behavior matters. Then your personality matters. Automatically give your expression. Automatically impression will come to the market, and impression gives you the mark. And that really happens in case of Satarupa. So thank you, Satarupa, for giving time from the hectic schedule and the valuable points to the next SBI, and hope it will be helpful for the SBI candidate. Thank you very much. We'll meet soon. Bye bye, Satarupa.
Thank you,
Thank you very
sir,
much.
and all the best, everyone who's going to appear for the interview. Keep practicing.
Okay. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Thank you,